Hey everybody, my name is Jen and this is Jen Geigley Knits. Welcome, and I hope your weekend is off to a good start. There's something about springtime and the weather getting warmer that suddenly has me catching the sewing bug again. I think this happened to me last year too, and it's really funny because it didn't happen to me all winter long, but I've been wanting to get out the sewing machine. I've felt like sewing. I'm thinking about fabrics again and what I could make this season, and I have no idea. But part of it is because I discovered this completely finished quilt top downstairs. I didn't discover it. I knew it was there. But I came across it and I picked it up. It's so beautiful. It's so me. It's graphic. It's black and white. It's half square triangles. It's exactly like it would look great on that couch, like a movie watching blanket. But I totally stalled and I don't know why. I mean, I kind of know why. I haven't made a quilt in quite a few years. I got the half square triangle thing down. I knew what I was doing, but then I totally forgot the sandwiching part, the backing, the binding, and I just got stuck. So I'm currently taking a class called The Perfect Finish, How to Bind a Quilt on Craftsy, who is today's video's sponsor. I've made quilts in the past, but I needed a refresher on how to bind it, how to do the backing, and so I found this class on Craftsy, and it's been the perfect thing to help me finish this project that has been waiting for me for way too long, like years. I don't even know how many years. It's really sad. It's so good. This class by Susan Cleveland goes over all the tips and tricks to binding quilts successfully with essential preparation tips, time-saving tricks for cutting and stitching the binding strips, and how to neatly apply plain binding and join the tails for a crisp finish. Susan also has tips that will make the back of your quilt look as good as the front, with must-have techniques for mitered corners. So, what is Craftsy? Craftsy is your online resource for all things creative. Craftsy offers more than 2,000 exciting classes in over 20 popular categories like knitting, crochet, quilting, sewing, painting, drawing, cooking, paper crafts, weaving, photography, and more. Classes are broken down into easy-to-follow lessons and are led by friendly, award-winning instructors who share their creative wisdom as they provide step-by-step demonstration. I'm also taking a class on Craftsy called Knit Faster with Continental Knitting by Laura Lee Beltman. Even though I'm already a continental knitter, Laura Lee has some fantastic tips on how to hold your yarn and making the most of your hand motions with smaller, quicker movements, which is better for your hands and your speed. I'm always trying to learn how to knit faster, and there's no better way than to learn from the pros. Are you interested in seeing what Craftsy has to offer? The first 1,000 people to click my link below in the show notes will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49, valid for new members only. Huge thanks to Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. So back to my quilt, which I am now working on again. It is a shame that I've let it sit for so long, and I feel really sad because it's so beautiful and needs to be finished, and I can't wait now to see it. Once I have it out, like I can't put this away again. That is the whole problem. Anyway, I needed a backing fabric, and so I went to our beloved Joann's and looked around, and I was looking, first of all, the signs are just these huge big signs on the outside of the building. Everything feels different. It is the end, my friends. It is the end. So I walk back to my beloved yarn section. That whole Knit It wall that we have with like the grid of shelving wiped out. It's completely gone now. That was a sad, sad feeling. I don't know why I didn't think that was coming, but it was gone. All the yarn in there was gone. The whole section was empty. There was just a few skeins from like one box of yarn. You could tell it was just really random stuff and some chenille. And so I walked over to the fabric because I didn't know what else to do. It's just so sad. And the fabric line for cutting was so large. So I went and found a full bolt of this that it was like in a package. So I could just buy this whole thing for my backing because I'm going to need a lot anyway. And then they rung it up and it was on sale. And so I got that taken care of. I knew that was the time to pick this up is now. So like, go get your backing fabric. And then I think I'm going to do the binding in just black to make it easy. That's all I don't know. I don't want another color. I just want like a really fun back, this really graphic front, and then I think a black binding is my answer. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. So I just have to go and get some batting and then I should have all my supplies, and then I've got my Craftsy class and I can get this done. And I'm so excited to have a finished quilt that has been long overdue. If you want to take a look at that last Joann's trip, here it is. It was just really empty and sad. I'm sure I'll go back a couple more times just to check in and see what else they have, but this visit was unlike any of the others. So behind the scenes, I have been knitting up a storm, like literally knitting up a storm, a flurry of knits. A storm is happening in this house of knitwear. I have so many whips, so many simultaneous projects and sweaters and things happening all like around me all at the same time. Work for some reason has been extra nuts. And so I'm really just trying to find like every little thing that day that I can finish and then do the next and the next, like the next best thing, and just trying to get it all done. But it's so much fun. I'm having a blast. It's very busy, but it's all going to come together. It always works out. It's going to be great. But one of the things I'm working on is a Gaptastic Cowl. Have you heard of the Gaptastic Cowl? It was one of my first patterns in 2010. So it is Gaptastic's 15th anniversary. And so I'm making one for Lion Brand in Lion Brand Hue and Me. And this is the exact same yarn I used to knit the original gray one. And I'm going to make another gray one because I feel like it has to have I have to have one in the original color as well. But yeah, that's kind of a fun thing to bring back. And this is the most comfort knitting project I've ever made. Like, it's just like my favorite little, I don't know, comfort knit. It's easy. It's mindless. I can do it in the dark. I can watch a movie. It's totally relaxing. And so if you need a project like that, like a palette cleanser, cast on a Gaptastic, it is so functional and warm and classic, and you'll never get tired of it. It makes a great gift. I always give them to teachers because they have recess duty and they're freezing out there, so they can layer up and wrap this around their neck twice for extra warmth. So I just wanted to talk about the anniversary of my Gaptastic. It's very exciting, and I don't know, I still love it after all these years. I've obviously been working on my Mosi any chance I get. Work this week, I don't know why, and last week. On my freelance graphic design stuff, I have been working like through the day and then at nighttime before bed, like with a break for dinner, and that's been it. So I did not have a ton of knitting time last week, but I did get through the body, the whole thing. The ribbing is done. I did part of that in Nashville, and the rest when I got home. And then I am on to one sleeve, and I've got a good little portion of that going, and that feels so good to work on this sleeve. I just wish I had a whole uninterrupted day. Like, can I check myself into like a hotel or go to a coffee shop and just like lock myself down and knit this sleeve? That is what I want to do, is just like escape from life and knit a whole Mosi sleeve, but that's not possible. So I'll just keep plugging away whenever I can, but it is looking fantastic. It's fitting well. The length is great. It's all coming together. I'm just working it in amongst the other knits, the flurry of knits that are happening around me. Knit for Food is 1 week away, you guys. I can't believe we're almost there. We've made it. It's almost here. You won't have to hear me talk about it again until next year. But I just want to thank you for your support. Thank you so much for your support, because we have raised $225,000 on our big donation main page. It's unreal. 334 teams are knitting. 978 knitters signed up. We're pretty sure we're going to blow past our goal of $379,000. This is just amazing to have this momentum and this build before the event. So it's not even April. This all happens on April 5th. You can still sign up if you'd like to knit. It's a 12-hour knit-a-thon. You can help raise money. You can join a team. You can join an event in your area. If you go to Knit for Food, there's a list of local events. You can join any of those, or you can start your own, or you can donate using my link below, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. My little donation page, you guys have pushed it past $2,000, which I can't even believe. That's more than I anticipated raising this year, so thank you so much for your support. Like I mentioned last week, your dollar goes so much further than you think it does. No Kid Hungry can feed approximately 10 kids with $1. So your $5, $10, $15, $20 donation goes so far. So I thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. Thank you for doing that. My link is below. Thank you so much for your help. Knit Stars is celebrating their 10th anniversary season with a little guessing game, and you can go watch their videos and make a guess at who the season 10 Knit Stars are. And then you have a chance to win this amazing prize with tons of yarn and hoagie bags and kits. It's just full of good stuff. It is valued at over $1,300. So go use my link below, make your guesses, and enter to win that amazing prize. This week on the Modern Daily Knitting blog, Anne is knitting my main Squeeze Pullover, which is a really cute sweater pattern I wrote in the beginning when Atlas yarn came out a few years back. And now there is a new Atlas, it's like MDK Atlas times Madelinetosh collaboration, where Madelinetosh dyed these new colorways of Atlas, and it's beautiful. And so Anne is knitting her sweater in that, which made me realize I need to cast on a main Squeeze Pullover for myself, because they have the sample I made all those years back. I made a sweater in Pear, their yellow chartreuse colorway. And then I don't have one for myself. And so I ordered a sweater quantity. And after I get all my secret knitting done, I want to cast that on for myself. And it's just like a classic sweatshirt pullover, perfect throw on sweater. And I realized I don't even have one of those. And so it was really fun to see her pictures of hers. And then my friend Libby from Madelinetosh also modeled the version that they knit in like a pink orange color that I wore in the fashion show at Nash Yarn Fest. So it's fun to see all these variations of my sweater that I knit in a solid originally, and I'm excited to cast that on when I have time. But the pattern link is below. It's a great pattern. If you want to try out the new Atlas times Madelinetosh yarn, this is a great pattern that really shows it off no matter what color you pick. If you pick a solid or the new variegated colorways, it's a great sweater to use that yarn and knit up something fun that you can wear. So I'm quickly losing track of time and the timeline of things that have happened recently, because I feel like Nash Yarn Fest was last weekend. It feels like we were just there, but that was 2 weeks ago. And in reality, I was at a different fiber festival last weekend, like another one, 2 weekends in a row. Like I'm going hard this spring. I went to Fiberpalooza, which is held in Winterset, Iowa, which is local to us here in central Iowa. Winterset is about 30 minutes-ish from Des Moines, and so it's a quick little drive. And we had all of our local Iowa vendors, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Midwest. But it was funny because I saw 3 vendors there that had been at Nash Yarn Fest the week before. So I had seen them 2 weeks in a row, which was really funny, but in completely different places. And I picked up a few things. I did not plan on that, but I probably shopped as much at Fiberpalooza as I did at Nash Yarn Fest, and I don't even know how that happened, but sometimes it just happens. So let me show you what I picked up at Fiberpalooza. First, I picked up this little cat project bag. It is so adorable with denim stripes in the back. These little denim stripes, like 3 different denim stripes all over the place, and a cat that looks a little bit like Dinah. Like I don't see that very often, but she was saying this is like from those old sewing kits that had like different pictures of cats. And I was like, that's close enough to my cat that I need that. And I love like the little navy print of yarn back here. And then these denim stripes, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I had to get it. So that's my friend Sarah from Purple Pincushion. She makes amazing things. And she always includes these little gift tags, like recycled paper tags inside your bag. And so I thought that was such a cool little find that I couldn't leave it behind. And it's like perfect for a little pair of socks or a small project. And so I had to pick that up. And then I picked up this beautiful naturally dyed skein from Drezzo Family Farms. They're in Lonsdale, Minnesota. So they're kind of local to our area here. They're closer up to like where my parents are from. But this is Cormo wool. It was a natural gray, she was telling me, that was dipped in indigo. So it has this beautiful bluish green, but muted with the gray. It's just such a unique color. And I've picked this up 100 times, honestly, between the 2 weekends I saw her and from before, because I've seen her at everything she vends in Iowa. We see her a few times a year here in Des Moines. And so I just really wanted some of her yarn. It is beautiful. It is dyed naturally using the plants grown or foraged on our farm. It's from their sheep. So yeah, I was excited to get my hands on a skein of her yarn. And I think I want to make a hat with this, or maybe a cowl, but I think a hat would be super cute. And then I may have picked up a sweater quantity of this very special yarn that I've been wanting to get for a while. And this is from Thule Farm, and they're in the Les Hills. Beautiful Instagram if you want to go see beautiful sheep and hillsides and farm life. This is 100% wool from their sheep named Elm. And Elm was born in 2021, a single from Dill. They fell in love immediately with his adorable markings. He was friendly from the start, plus his finely crimped silver gray fleece ensured his place in the Thule flock. And so he is a Finship Romney cross. This is worsted weight. I got a sweater quantity, and I think I want to design a new sweater for this. Otherwise, I could use my 1999 pattern and make a solid Thule Elm sweater. I don't know. I just loved this beautiful color. It's like a gray brown. It's like a beautiful natural. It feels so squishy and soft. And I've just been wanting to get a sweater quantity of Thule for the longest time. So it was really nice to see them there. And they had just weathered like a really serious storm. Their power was still out. They had just got a whole bunch of snow. So it was really special that they were still there. And I just love everything that they have. And I'll show you a video in a bit so you can see their whole booth and everybody else that I saw at Fiberpalooza. The last thing I picked up at Fiberpalooza was this little turtle finger puppet. And this will surprise no one who knows my son Bowie and his obsession with turtles. I had to get this for him. It is so cute. It is from Harvest Hill Acres, and they always have a bin of these little felted finger puppet animals, and they're so cute. There's like little giraffes and little dogs and cats, and I mean, every animal you can imagine. But she said she just got the turtle in that week because I had seen her the weekend before at Nash Yarn Fest. No turtles that week, but at Fiberpalooza, I like ran over when I saw green, and I'm like, oh, it's a turtle, and it's so cute. Just the cutest little guy. It looks like he's waving. And so I had to get this for Bowie, and that was my final purchase of the day. Fiberpalooza was a success. I had so much fun seeing everybody. It's always like a reunion of all the Des Moines knitters and vendors and all my friends from over the years. So I was there for much longer than I planned to be. They also have like a delicious, how do I say it? Old school lunch, like lunch lady lunch, like when the community comes together and someone brings the cinnamon rolls and someone brings the croissants with like chicken salad. And it's just like, they're all working in the kitchen to make this delicious, like a egg bake for the morning part. There's like a casserole, and then there's a lunch menu. And then there is the table of pies. And it's like every kind of pie you can imagine. And it's just a treat to leave like and go on your way home with a little snack or lunch item. And I always just get myself a piece of pie. So anyway, come with me to Fiberpalooza. Let's go. saw them last weekend in Nashville, and now we're all home again, and it's so great to see you guys every time here. Love it.
This was a new one. I wanted it to be a little more fleck. They came out a little more similar.
That's really nice. Exciting update. I was waiting in line after school today to pick up Bowie, and I got a call from my friends at RAYGUN that make the knitting t-shirts. If you've seen these, RAYGUN, this was their idea. They approached me and they said, can we collaborate? And you think of some knitting phrases to put on t-shirts, and then we'll donate proceeds to Knit for Food. And I was like, yes, this sounds amazing. RAYGUN is like a local t-shirt company here in Des Moines, and then we have other locations as well in the Midwest. And so if you're in the Midwest, you've probably heard of them. And then they've been kind of becoming popular everywhere else. They have a great big following. And so I've seen a lot of you ordering these t-shirts, especially this one. I think I've seen a lot on Instagram. Please share if you're wearing yours or if you have yours. I just got mine and I was kind of having FOMO because I was seeing everybody getting theirs in the mail. But then so I took Bowie and we stopped by RAYGUN after school and they had this nice bag all labeled and ready to go for me. So thank you, RAYGUN. Thank you everybody who's ordered a shirt. Let's take a look and you can see them in real life. They're very high quality, soft t-shirts. They're really, really nice. They've washed really nicely. I've had several over the years that weren't knitting related, but other topics, but they're really nice shirts. So here is, oh, this is so good. Smells like Skein Spirit in the blue and navy. Oh, the picture online doesn't even do it justice. It's so much better. I love a blue t-shirt. I love this one. So there's that one. And also they gave me a few extras. So follow me on Instagram because I think I'm going to do some kind of a giveaway, maybe during Knit for Food or right before. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet, but I have a couple shirts to give away. So I'm going to do that too. But here's Smells Like Skein Spirit. That's a take on Nirvana. Then we have Sorry Can't Knitting by in the green and black. It's fantastic. They look so good. And one of the new ones they just added, She's Crafty. That's a Beastie Boys song. I'm sure you know this if you're Gen X like me or beyond. Another new one, Knit Just Got Real. That's really fun in this turquoisey mint color. It's kind of darker in real life, like the print, the words. I don't know how to get it to kind of like, I don't know. Anyway, very soft. Very nice, tagless, like beautiful t-shirts. And then these are new. Thanks, RAYGUN. These are so good. What knitter doesn't love a tote? We have the matching set, Knitting is Resistance. This is from an AOC quote. She's been doing these live videos on Instagram and she's been knitting. And knitting is resistance. So this is kind of a take on one of her quotes, and it's very awesome. And I think this has been like the big seller from what I'm seeing on Instagram. It seems like everybody got this one, and I love a black t-shirt anyway. You know this. And I love this tote bag. Fantastic. These are all made in the USA. The t-shirts as well. Designed and hand printed by RAYGUN. It's our local t-shirt printing, screen printing company. They do a fantastic job. The tote bags are only $13, by the way. Great deal. Here's the next tote bag. Knit Just Got Real to match the Knit Just Got Real t-shirt. I love this. And the last one is in peach. I love this. She's crafty. And she's just my type. Again, she's crafty with the Beastie Boys. So that's the complete line of knitting merch from RAYGUN. Go check it out. Proceeds, I don't know what percentage, but proceeds go, because RAYGUN's handling all of that for me, which is really, really kind, because I think they're selling a lot of t-shirts is what I'm understanding. So thank you. But proceeds go to Knit for Food. They do have some shirts in the store now. At first it was online orders only, but Bowie and I stopped in today and they had at least 4 shirts on the racks, which I'll show you right here. So yeah, thanks for your support on the RAYGUN t-shirts. You get a t-shirt, you get to help support a good cause. RAYGUN is a great company to support as well. They are fantastic. And thank you, RAYGUN, for this awesome idea, because it's been really fun and I love a knitting t-shirt. Who doesn't? You can check out the t-shirts in the link in my show notes and get one for yourself. And then follow me on Instagram because I'm going to do some kind of giveaway because this is probably too many t-shirts, but maybe. I'll do something. I'll do some kind of Knit for Food RAYGUN t-shirt giveaway. So follow me at Jen Geigley on Instagram. Thanks so much for hanging out and knitting with me here today. Please like and subscribe if you like this video. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified when a new video pops up. But I do upload a new video every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So stop back next Saturday and I'll have something new, whatever I'm working on. I have no idea yet. I don't even know what's happening right now, but stop back next week and I'll have a new video for you to watch while you're knitting or whatever you're doing on the weekend. You can find my patterns at Jen Geigley on Ravelry and follow along on Instagram at Jen Geigley for more knitting inspiration and photos and all that good stuff and just daily life. Until next time, happy knitting, take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.